Pacific Rim Uprising is a science fiction action film released in 2018 and directed by Stephen S. DeKnight. It is a sequel to the 2013 film Pacific Rim, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Here's the full story recap of the movie. The movie is set 10 years after the events of the first film, in a world where humanity had united to build massive robotic war machines known as Jaegers to combat monstrous creatures called Kaiju that emerged from a dimensional rift in the Pacific Ocean. The story follows Jake Pentecost, played by John Boyega, the son of the legendary Jaeger pilot Jake Pentecost from the first film. Jake has become a scavenger who scavenges and sells Jaeger parts on the black market. During one of his operations, he encounters a young mechanical prodigy named Amara Namani, played by Kaylee Spaney, who has built her own mini Jaeger, Scrapper, out of spare parts. Both Jake and Amara are arrested and brought back to the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps, PPDC, the organization responsible for the Jaeger program. Jake, who was once a promising pilot trainee, is given the option to rejoin the PPDC as an instructor to train new Jaeger pilots. Amara is also recruited to the program as a cadet. Meanwhile, the PPDC has developed a new generation of Jaegers, which are more advanced and streamlined than their predecessors. However, the peace is shattered when a rogue Jaeger appears in Sydney and causes widespread destruction before disappearing. This incident raises concerns about the possibility of Kaiju returning, despite the rift being sealed at the end of the first film. As tensions rise, it's revealed that the rogue Jaeger was actually controlled by a mysterious figure piloting it remotely. This figure turns out to be a Kaiju hybrid created by the Precursors, the alien race responsible for the Kaiju, using the remains of a fallen Jaeger pilot from the first film, Jake Pentecost. The Precursors' plan is to use the hybrid to reopen the rift and allow the Kaiju to invade Earth once again. Jake, along with his estranged co-pilot Nate Lambert, played by Scott Eastwood, and a team of young cadets, must now pilot the new Jaegers and stop the Kaiju hybrid's plan. The climax of the movie involves a battle in Tokyo, where the PPDC pilots engage the Kaiju hybrid in a high-stakes showdown to prevent the rift from reopening and Earth from being overrun by Kaiju. In the end, Jake, Nate, and the young cadets manage to defeat the Kaiju hybrid and prevent the rift from fully reopening. The movie concludes with humanity's renewed determination to defend their world against any potential future threats from the Precursors. Pacific Rim Uprising focuses on the themes of teamwork, perseverance, and the importance of uniting against common challenges. While it doesn't reach the same level of critical acclaim as the first film, it still offers plenty of giant robot versus monster action and expands the lore of the Pacific Rim universe. Further, we can tell you highlighted points in the story as this. The Jaegers. In the movie, Jaegers are colossal humanoid robots that require two pilots to operate. These pilots must mentally link through a process called drifting to synchronize their movements and share their memories and emotions. The Jaegers are armed with advanced weaponry and are humanity's primary defense against the Kaiju. Jake Pentecost. Jake is a central character in the film. He is initially depicted as a reluctant hero and somewhat of a troublemaker. His estranged relationship with his father, Jake Pentecost, played by Idris Elba in the first film, has left him disillusioned with the Jaeger program. However, over the course of the movie, he grows into a strong leader and pilot. Amara Namani. Amara is a young and talented Jaeger pilot who becomes Jake's protege. She is a scrappy and resourceful character who has a personal vendetta against the Kaiju due to a traumatic childhood experience. Her determination and skills make her a valuable addition to the Jaeger program. Rogue Jaeger drones. The introduction of remote-controlled Jaeger drones creates tension within the PPDC. These drones are seen as a cost-effective and safe alternative to traditional Jaegers. However, their vulnerability to hacking becomes a significant plot point as Obsidian Fury, a rogue Jaeger controlled by a mysterious force, wreaks havoc. Dr. Newton Geisler. Dr. Geisler, who was a scientist studying the kaiju in the first film, plays a significant role in the sequel. His character undergoes a transformation due to his prolonged exposure to kaiju technology. He becomes obsessed with merging human and kaiju technology, leading him to collaborate with the film's antagonists, the kaiju. While the kaiju are not as prominent in Pacific Rim Uprising as they were in the first film, the threat they pose remains a central plot element. The film explores the origins of the kaiju and their connection to the events of the first movie. Themes. The film continues to explore themes of unity, sacrifice, and the resilience of humanity in the face of overwhelming odds. It also delves into the consequences of technology and the potential for misuse when it falls into the wrong hands. Action sequences. Pacific Rim Uprising features numerous high-octane action sequences involving Jaegers battling both the rogue Jaeger Obsidian Fury and, ultimately, a plan to prevent the reopening of a rift to the kaiju homeworld. Overall, Pacific Rim Uprising is a fast-paced, action-packed sci-fi film that expands upon the universe established in the first movie while introducing new characters and challenges for humanity's survival against the kaiju threat. It blends epic robot battles with character development and intrigue, making it an entertaining addition to the Pacific Rim franchise. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch and enjoy fantastic TV shows and movie recap videos.
I can weld it to your head. I upgraded Squibber's weapons. Nice.
Plan B. Always a plan B.
Kaiju is right there. I'm not sure if you-
Is this the part where you're gonna...
The things in your head, the precursors.
Because we're gonna come for them.